Look at that. Crystallized king brown venom right there. Crazy, eh? This is the Venom Diaries, where we milk Australia's deadliest snakes for their venom to create anti-venom that saves over 300 lives every single year. Alrighty everybody, welcome back to Venom Diaries. This is episode number 9, and today we are looking at processing venom. So you've seen all the milkings, which we're going to do a couple, don't worry about that, but I'm going to show you the next stage because it actually gets pretty intense, quite delicate. I've got to weigh out all the venoms and I've got to freeze it and freeze dry it, and so you're going to learn all about that, okay? It's very exciting. I'm almost at the end of my milking today, so I've been doing brown snakes, king browns and tiger snakes. I've got one more king brown to do and one more tiger snake, so follow me. Where was I at? I think it was this fella down here. So I'll get him. He's a little bit jumpy, this one, so just hang back a bit there, Chloe, with the camera. Playing hide and seek under the paper. Hello, mate. So this is one of the smaller of our king browns. This is one of the females. So you can see the size difference straight away. Much smaller snake, much smaller head. I don't have many of the females, but I do still milk them. But this girl will actually be, this will be the last time I milk her till probably the end of the year. Because what I'm going to do the next couple of months is I'm going to start preparing her for breeding. All right, so I'm going to cool her right down. Reptiles go through a cooling period, sort of triggers their, I guess, their reproductive sides of things. But yeah, you can see she's much smaller than the boys. Still a great looking snake, and it definitely ruin your day, a bite. But let's just get it. And you'll see the yield from the girls isn't very big. All right, it's really small, but still extremely important. So it's just running down the vial there. So I'll get her off and I'll get her away. Thank you, sweetheart. So I've probably said it before, but each snake does venom extraction every 2 weeks. It's not very often. Over, I guess, the 70 years of the program, we've been able to fine tune the best way to do it, So what's nicest for the snakes, what works well for venom productivity. We found in the past that we milk them every single week, we actually got smaller yields because it takes some time to generate the venom that they've used in the milkings, right? So even though they're only, she probably only gave 5% of her venom yields then, but it still takes her time to generate that, about a week with the right temperatures and food. And then we give them another week and they just get all the way back to 100%. So when we put them on the vial, we end up more venom doing it fortnightly than we do weekly. So less danger for us, as in handling and restraint. Less she's got to do. So it's a win-win, I guess. Now, got one tiger snake left. So for me personally, the tiger's, I guess, the easiest snake to restrain and milk. I still remember, actually remind me, we'll put a photo in of the first time I milked tiger snake back in like 2006. You'll see a very young Bilbo in action. But the easier of the species, of the 5 species we keep and milk to restrain. So for anyone doing training that comes into the program, that's what you start with, tiger snakes, all right? So anyway, I've got one last one. He's out here looking very eager. Hello, mate. Come on, you. Beauty. Nice big Tassie. And I don't know if you can hear the machine behind you there, but that's the freeze drying unit because I've had venom on the last couple of days, freeze drying, because we've got an order to fill very soon for CSL Securus. So we do an order every 3 months, all right? Oh, nice couple of drops there. Look at it running down the vial. Beautiful, life-saving stuff right there. Thank you, mate. But yeah, you'll see, for a venomous snake, I'm not like, I wouldn't say I'm relaxed, but I'm definitely, I enjoy restraining these more than I enjoy restraining the Eastern Browns or the big Taipans, because they can be a little bit wild, all right? So these guys today now will get full service of their enclosures, and then tomorrow we'll feed them a rodent each, and then they just literally sit back and Chill out. We've got enrichment stuff we do with the snakes as well. So we bring in browse. We'd use different browse each week, from tea tree to eucalyptus to wattle, whatever we can really get, even the lilies and so on. Put it in there, nice new smell from them. Snakes sort of cruise around, keeps them nice and active. All right, so processing. So this is the first stage, right? So I've gone through and milked everything this morning. You can see the venom in the vials. I have to put that into bottles, right? So that'll go into there. The brown snakes, we do it directly into the bottle because their yields are so small. So I put it straight in. You know, that's like 25 snakes and you can barely even see it. Just a little bit at the bottom there compared to, like, you know, one king brown. So yeah, into the different bottles. I actually just made up this bottle for the tiger snake. So to put things into perspective of how intense this actually is, I have to put the bottle in the freeze drying unit, just completely empty. And we put it in there and we put it under vacuum. So yeah, you just hear it's like opening a can of Coke. So we put the bottle in like that and I run it in there for about a day and it sucks all the air out of this bottle. And then I'll show you in a sec when I pull those bottles out, when I close this, that cap locks inside of that pressurized unit right there and it locks her in. So then I get the empty bottle weight like that. And I record that directly into my venom book. So, and then when we add the venom, we take that, like the wet weight, and then we freeze dry it in that. So this venom's been in here for about just over 2 days now, and you can see it's crystallized, and it's running at minus 50 degrees. The pressure in there is, it's literally sucked all the moisture out of that venom, right? We weigh our bottles, we get them ready. It obviously goes into a record book, so we have all the difference from king browns and tiger snakes and brown snakes and taipans and all that. Very intense what we do. We have to keep meticulous records of any of this, right? So CSL will say to us, hey, we need, I don't know, 12 grams of king brown, and maybe they might want 6 grams of tiger snakes and a gram of brown snakes. So I've got to go through and work all that out, weigh it all out, measure it, and then process it through, and I give it to them. Now, how I get it from there, just let me grab a bin. What I do is I actually have to pipette it, right, with these into the actual bottles. But what I do first is I've got to open up, take this off. It almost looks like you're hanging back for a Christmas party, doesn't it, with all these shot glasses, but certainly not. And I have had the question asked me a lot, what happens if you drink this? I am not suggesting this at all, but if you have no abrasions in your stomach, no ulcers in your mouth, anything like that, your stomach acids will actually sort out that venom. But yeah, don't do that, all right? But yeah, that's the difference between, I guess, venomous animals and poisonous animals, is venom's got to be delivered directly into your system, where poison's just ingested. You know, like cane toads, something bites them and they ingest the poison off their shoulders and they get sick or die. Where venomous animals have got to, we did touch base on this in last episode, they've got a delivery system, right? Fangs, spurs, or even just their teeth and the venom run, like the venomous lizards, the venom running down the edge of their teeth and into the bite site. Yeah, it's all delivery systems like that. Even look at like bees and wasps. And actually, my daughter Peggy got stung by her first bee yesterday, which was quite traumatic for her. I rocked up for my first ever pickup at daycare, and Peggy was there, and mate, it was on. She was not a happy little camper, and she wanted mama, not dada. But I won her over with a lollipop, so managed to get her in the car. But yeah, her foot was all swollen. It's crazy. Such a tiny little insect can cause so much pain and discomfort. So a lot of people do ask why I don't use one vial, and it's purely for hygiene, right? So if I don't have any unwell snakes, but if I did, and I put them all on that same vial, they're all going to get sick, right? So it's just a preventative with that. And, you know, like there are other places around the world that do the single vial, and that's up to them. The park did trial it a very long time ago, and they had a few issues, so they stopped doing it, and we just went to the single vials. And after they have the venom removed from them, they go into a soak. They're in that for about 24 hours, and then they're cleaned thoroughly, and then they end up looking like this again. Schmicko, ready for venom extraction. Alrighty, so that's that part done. Next is It took me 3 goes to get my pen license, all right, when I was in year 3. So don't judge me, me handwriting. But it's not very good. But yeah, basically what I do is I just, so you can see the venom right there, and then whoop, straight into that. So I'll just go through one after another, nice, not too much pressure. Straight in. Some have got smaller yields than other. Might be the difference between males and females, or just age of the snake, personality. Some of the real, I actually, this will sound weird, but I prefer the real jumpy, defensive, reactive snakes because they give me more venom, and the quiet ones are just trying to be me mate. Full concentration doing this. And people, I have answered this before, but I'll answer it again. People stress out a lot when they see me with no gloves on. But as I was saying before, like if I had cuts on my hand or something, I'd have gloves on, but I don't. Venom needs to be delivered directly into your system. So when I get venom on my skin, providing I'm not allergic to it, which I've been, next year will be, 2026 will be 20 years for me working with snakes and venom. I've never had a reaction to venom on my skin or nothing. All right, but some people are allergic. Some people become allergic after a lot of exposure. I haven't, thankfully. So yeah, that's why I'm able to just do it like this. All right, so next stage from that, so we just push that in, boom. All those bubbles will start to settle over the next couple of hours and it'll freeze. So I got species specific racks, right? So I've got tiger snake, death adder, eastern brown, king brown, taipan. The fridge is looking fairly empty because I'm processing at the moment in the freeze dryer. But this will just go tiger snake straight on there like so. And that's that. Now I'll do the king brown. Look at that for one snake. That would wreck your day very quickly. Oh, this is a good one. Look at all of that. Woo. That's almost 2 mil of raw venom. Wow. Another good one here. Oh man, that's just under 2. Still good. And this one I reckon is going to be the same. Oh, whoa, look at that. That's like almost 2.5. Woo. Have a go at it, would ya? Look how thick it is. That colour, so rich and raw. And that's only 13 milkings. Got to do 25 for 1 vial of anti-venom, all right? Be crazy. Now the king browns. Now I will cap off this eastern. So what I'm doing, there's still a little bit of venom from those last couple of snakes in the pipette, so I'm just blowing it out. And the cap for this will be in the freezer. Yeah, so the eastern browns are the only ones we directly do into the vial. Isn't that wild, like that? But that'd probably kill like 500 plus people. So I've had a few more questions about the pipetting. Mainly, I guess people new to the channel or new to my Insta. It's the best way to get the most amount of venom from the eastern browns because their yields are so small. If I do it onto a vial traditionally, I lose a lot of the venom when I'm trying to recover it out of these. So I put it over the fen directly and massage it on, and then I put that pipette directly into this bottle and blow it in like I just did, and that gives us the most amount of venom. All right. Okay, so that's that stage done. Now look up here. I'll clear this because I'm going to need to pull that out. Alrighty, so what I'm doing now is I'm just putting the vials into the soak, which they will be in for the next 24 hours. And then they get cleaned. Yeah, so that just cleans them, disinfects them, and obviously removes any residual venom on the edges. And then, yeah, we pull them out, dry them, and make them look like this again. All right, beautiful. All right, so the freeze dryer. So yeah, she's running to run anywhere between -50 and -60 degrees. It sort of fluctuates about 4 or 5 degrees. It's gone up from -50 to 56 in the last 10 minutes or so. And yeah, it's under extreme vacuum, and you can see the rubber stoppers are just slightly exposed. They're just slightly popped up. So what I do is I turn the pump off. This is the vacuum, and then switch this off. And I just literally wind this, and that'll close those rubber stoppers. I cannot open that chamber without them being closed. And it's a really, next time I put them in, I'll film when I'm putting it in, because it's really stressful. So when you add them to this chamber, they have to literally go straight from the freezer, ready to go, boom, into that, turn it on, close it. If it even remotely starts to melt, it fairy flosses just go, and you lose all the venom. So I've never had that happen, touch wood. Where's some wood? Touch wood. So it would be like 3 months worth of milking's gone. So yeah, I haven't had that happen yet, touch wood, again. So, and the hardest one to do is the funnel web, right? So was that we add this acid to the funnel web venom, because again, it's such small yields to sort of wash it out of the glass pipette, which again, we'll do an episode on that. But that's the one, like when we do the funnel web, there'll be like 3 of us managers in here, 1 on the freezer, 1 on the transfer, and I'll be on this. And we get it in straight on, and if it even looks like it's gonna start to fairy fly, pull the pin back in the freezer, do it again a couple of hours later. All right, so listen to this. So I'm gonna release the pressure in here. Nice little whistle at the end there. And then I just crack the seal. Voila. And then wind her back up. Gotta be careful, sometimes the rubber stoppers stick to that upper plate and they lift the bottles off the platform. Alright, it's starting to loosen now. They're all nice and closed, no one's sticking. Alright, so now watch this. So it's rock hard crystallized venom right there, and then look at that. Crazy, eh? Crystallized king brown venom right there. And that is going to be sent off to make a vial of anti-venom and save someone's life. It's a wild process, but we absolutely love it. So we got tiger snake ×2, we got 3 king brown and 2 death adders, right? And so yeah, look at that. And that is the final process. So we'll weigh all this out. Again, we'll rebatch it into other bottles. We send it down to CSL, Securus in Victoria, which I'm actually going down there in a couple of months' time. I haven't been down there yet, so I don't know what I can film down there, but I'll try and film a bit. I can show you what goes on down there. So let's look at, so we'll just put out King Brown. And this is what, after a wild process, this is what it comes back as. So that's a vial of black snake anti-venom. So your King Brown, obviously. If you were bitten by a King Brown or a red belly or a spotted black snake, Colette's black snake, that's what you get. All right. So yeah, it's crazy process. I have explained it before, but I'll explain it quickly. So what happens is, from when we send the venom down, the raw venom, they rehydrate down at CSL Securus, and they inject tiny amounts into horses. So you've got tiger snake horses, black snake horses, taipan horses, and so on. They give them a tiny injection about weekly for 6 to 9 months, depending on the species. And during that envenomation process, like the horse's immune system is that strong, it barely even picks up on the effects. They're out there just eating grass, doing horse stuff. They're probably the most well looked after horses in the country. They start to produce venom resistant plasma through this envenomation process, right? So even though it's not really affecting them, the immune system of the horse goes, righto, something's wrong here, boom, let's combat it. And so all the way down the line there, 6 to 9 months later, they bring the horses into a lab, they take about 1 litre of blood out of them at a time, out of the neck there, and they run it into like a centrifuge, and they spin the different plasmas, right? Split it up. They keep venom resistant plasma. Everything else goes back to the horse. Horse is back out in the paddock that afternoon doing horse stuff. And that venom resistant plasma, whoo, anti-venom. Isn't that crazy? Wild how they worked it out. It's very successful, and it is the best quality anti-venom anywhere in the world. All right, we're very proud of it. Now, that's it for episode number 9. Like I said in last episode, we're going to do a giveaway next episode for episode 10 to celebrate 10 episodes on the channel. So I'm going to give away a survival first aid kit and a couple of snake bite bandages. All right. So I'll put the details in it on my Instagram, but basically it'll be something along the lines of, you know, you need to be following my Insta, subscribe to the YouTube, and we'll literally go through and select someone from that and maybe like share it or something. I don't know. We'll give you full details. All right. So I've never done it before. We'll work it out. And then, yeah, we'll do the spinner. There's like an app, I think, and you jam people's names in it, it spins it, and boom, that person wins the prize, and we'll send it directly to you. Hey, and what we'll do the snake bite kit, and I'll even throw in a free behind the scenes tour into the Venom rooms right here. So you'll come in here, you'll get to witness the milking up close and personal right there, and I'll tell you all about the Venom program, all in person, all right? So that sounds pretty good, I reckon. Anyway, guys, that's it for episode number 9. I'll see you for episode number 10. Remember, like, share, subscribe, tell your friends, and I'll see you at the next episode.